He might have fixed it, dude. He has access to the encoder thing, and I do not. Boom, boom. Why is it that? All right, dude. Maybe I'm doing it in here. Look at that. I'm here. I don't know how you did it, buddy. I don't know how you did it. Mine is like, mine's not working. That's right, Sweet Blues. I think he fixed it, dude. I think I'm in. I think I'm in. All right, they are setting up Sam and Essie Penko for round two. We'll flip it to see from Sam's perspective. I need I need like somebody to sit with my, I'm going to screen share house line with my restream and somebody either give me the encoder or I don't know what, you know, because I don't have the encoder. Nice house line. That's great, dude. Nice, buddy. Was someone streaming your game, by the way? Because I think the person who was streaming your game was the one who hosted me. Because they were streaming just to Twitch, and then once they do that, I can't reset it to be to YouTube too. In any case, that was why I could not stream to YouTube this morning. So nothing to do. It's not my fault, House Light says. It's not my fault. Somebody was killing me. And why Kostya would just stream to Twitch is beyond me. So it killed us. It killed us. All right. Here we go. This is going to be a very tense moment for the dojo. Houseline has relieved a lot of my stress. It hasn't fixed it because next time this happens, it's just going to happen again. But a little bit of stress relieved. I am intending to do a little bit of my own dojo work after this is done. After I might be crying. If, of course, Sam wins, we go to a third tie break, and I don't even know what it is. All I know is it gets faster. Oh, man. Here they go. All right, so D6. Now, the bummer for this is that Esipenko will be prepped for this. He will be prepped out for this. Ooh, B3. Okay, good. Now I'm no longer worried. As we saw in his other game yesterday, he loves the B3 move. Me and Bruce were like, God dang, that's a dumb move. So here we go, B3. Not a good move, but he likes this setups with B3. Now, one interesting thing is that in these positions, usually white wants to play A4 to stop B5. So Sam is allowed now to think about B5. I just want to stress, Sam is completely fine already. He is completely fine, and he's got a novel position, so this is great. The scary thing would have been if Esipenko played some prepared line. Now this B3, maybe he's prepared it, but I can tell you right now, it's not that dangerous. The bishop on B2, he took a tempo out, you know. Okay. Oh, relax, Jesse, relax, buddy. Bum, 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 bum. Interestingly, I think their ratings that they're showing are rapid ratings. They're saying 26-11 and 26-26. And the rapid ratings are so weird because there's a lot of players don't play rapid. You know? All right, here we go. Black is fine. I would rather be black in this position. Perhaps white is dreaming for some G4 thing. And at the minimum, I'm just not that scared. There he comes, B5. Very simple and strong. Now, white has to wonder, is B4 a threat? He says it is. The drawback of bishop D3 is that it gets in the way of the D file, gets in the way of the D4 square. Presumably, if a5, then a4, and he wants to reroute the knight through e2 to g3. Bishop b7, simple and strong. So he's waiting on castling, and the benefit of that is that these g4 things, which already, although they're kind of funky in themselves, they might lose a little bit of sting. Notice too, g4, g5, it's like you got to wonder about knight h5 and f4. And, you know, to my mind, the bishop just doesn't even belong on this diagonal. It's not a great diagonal for Elbashovsky. Morning, Patrick Daly. Now, if you're just joining the YouTube, I couldn't get it working, man. We had Houseline fixing it, so Houseline fixed us. He saved my soul, dude. g4, as predicted. Now, black has several options. I like black's position. I'm not afraid of g5, really, because of knight h5 to f4. h6, okay. One interesting thing about h6, if h4 now, then I could probably take, and when you talk to me, I might be able to play h5. Also, though, I can always castle long. I still always have knight h5. Wow, dude, Sam could pull this out again. He could pull it out again. All right, rook g1. I think that's our call to castle long. One thing you can see is that Esipenko did prep this system out. You know, it's like, and it shows a little bit of what chess at the higher level is, because I'm sure the computer isn't thinking about b3. He just has a setup in mind of how he wants to play the position. Black has a number of things he could do. I don't like knight b6. No, I don't like it. Don't do it, Sam. a6. What does he want? He wants to play c5. He's also saying that g5 is fundamentally not a scary thing. Let's hope it isn't. Let's hope it isn't a scary thing, Sam. a6 is a very ballsy move. It is a very ballsy move. I don't know about a6, Sam. I don't know, buddy. I don't know about that move. No, I don't. All right, we got a move on the board. h4, simple. Can't be wrong. Holding the pressure. And c5. I don't know. I don't know about c5. There's real questions about c5. Now, it's got to be said, I'm not sure white is actually threatening much. But what I'm afraid of is, like, let's say the rook lands on g5, and we say, I'll save my soul with g6. There is a confluence of things looking at e5 that makes anyone nervous, right? Okay, g6, preempting the attack on the g7 pawn, and potentially aiming for ed, knight d4, c5, and there's no knight f5. So a very ambitious move. This thing scares everybody. Okay, everybody is scared. You don't have to tell anybody to be scared. We are scared. Chess Lovers is saying he's happy not to see knight h4. On knight h4, I think g6 was coming. Or ed4, actually. Oh, buddy. Oh, Sam. You got yourself a complicated game. I don't know about a6. a6 freaked me out. Man. The bummer for white is it's not clear that you want to play g5 here. It's not clear. Let's talk about bummers for white. This guy wants to move. This guy's in the way of the d file. It's not clear how to break with g5. And now black is asking, he's like saying, could I do it? Now maybe he can't. Maybe you're just going to sack on b5 and rip him all open. Honestly, it looks like he can't play ed4. But queen e3, nice building move. And now maybe queen b6. Maybe queen b6. All right, so just for the kicks, I'm going to say this is insane because of this. All right, that's what I think the insanity is there. So here's our position. Castles long would be the ChumpGM move for sure. Queen e3 really doesn't improve our position that much. Plus, it introduces like this queen b6 idea for black. Just to say, you know, there is ChumpGM move. Good move. Finally. Queen e3 feels a little bit like we're drifting. And at some point, we might well play c5. Just with the thought that if I get c4 in, I'll clear the c5 square from my pieces and be ready to rock and roll. So white has a couple threats that he is, this is very typical for this. A couple threats. He's got this threat and this threat that he needs to deal with. King b1, nice and flexible. If he ever takes, it's always good for black if he takes, because then black's pieces gain this square. Or rather, if you take on e5, you better have some tactical idea in mind. All right, so big question for Sam. Should he consider ed4 followed by c5? It looks very dangerous. Very dangerous. This would be an intuitive move. However, we are hanging the h6 pawn. Oh, buddy. People talking about king b8. King b8 played. Especially in a blitz game, you're like, okay, he played king b1. I'm just going to sit. I'll play my little king b8 move. Chess Lever's talking about some shots on b5. I don't see it. I don't see that yet. So white's in a little bit of strategic zugzwang here. We've had a couple positions where white, Esipenko, like got his pieces to the maximum squares and then, you know, had difficulty, both sides having difficulty to know what to do. Knight e2 is a move. a4 maybe not a dumb thought to provoke b4 and get knight e2 on the board. Knight e2 kind of wants to happen anyway, just to open the bishop. But notice on e2, the knight's, you know, he doesn't really have a cool future from there. If we were going to play a4, maybe it would have been better to do it with the king on c1 so that we could reroute through this square. I have a feeling, though, on a4, Sam's just going to let it sit there. He's, as the song says, he's going to let it linger. Bishop f8, g7. Good thought. Very good thought. Bishop f8, g7 would be super cool if we had time to do it, because then we could play our rook he8 move. I like bishop f8. Now, let's just say that the moment we play bishop f8, we got to be really worried that no tactical nonsense smacks us over the head. That was a good idea. Oh, man, this position's tense. Yep. Oh, we got the time advantage, my friends. Wow, if Sam pulled this out, man, amazing. G5, HG, HG. Now, in principle, I did not like this for white because we're getting this f4 square. However, maybe white's claim is, now I'll play knight e2, and I'll claim that your knight is poor. It's a thought. Okay. My knight, though, can always reroute. It blocks the h file. I'm ready to play rook he8. I can still do chess lovers bishop f8, g7 stuff. Okay, this is great. We got moves. Knight e2 as predicted, and now c5. All right, c5 is a very bold decision, and what it's saying is you cannot play d5 because of c4, and that we're not afraid of this pawn structure, which I assume we're just going to get now. Yes, we get it. Sam's thinking, should I play knight e5? I don't think he should. I think we're going to see d5 here. And again, we're worried about some kind of accident befalling us here on the e5 square, but I don't as yet see it. Dude, I think we're in control of this business. Is he worried about some trick? I don't see the trick. Knight e5. Ooh, why, Sam? Why? I don't like this at all. Okay, okay, so we'll say that we are threatening this move. Or we'd like to claim we are. There might actually be some tricks there, but we'd like to claim that we are. Okay, here we go. Knight c3. He goes back. Now, I wanted d e5, so I had the option of knight f4. This is a very terrifying position. Strategically, we have to be very worried about the knight moving and just f4 pummeling us. So, maybe a dynamic move, rook he8, good move. Now, the question is there some knight move, knight d2 or something, that's going to enable bishop to pawn to f4? Again, if you're white, you're saying that this knight is poor. So I wanted to take that with the pawn, especially because I wanted knight f4. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Maybe there was. Okay, here we go. There's good arguments to say that black is completely fine here. All right, here we go. Bishop e2. So he gets out of this bishop, knight d3 stuff, bishop f8. And now we got some real questions. White is dreaming of moving this knight and hitting us with f4. But of course, when he does so, this e file is lighting up. We're getting a lot of time. Sam is also claiming that knight e5, de5, bishop h5 is not a good position for white. Is the pawn a weakness over there, or is it a strength? It obviously has dreams, but it doesn't have money friends. I think knight e5 is a simple and strong move here now for white. Yeah, knight e5 looks like a nice move for white. I think we have to say that white is better in that position. We got to move knight e5. I'm a GM today. de5. Now, if you're white and you find nothing else, you have bishop h5, gh, and something like knight d5. This would be the way to just keep your life simple. Now, by the way, maybe he could play knight d5 directly too. That's what he would like to do. Either knight d5 or bishop h5 first to free all of white's pieces. He plays rook d8. Maybe he's going to try to do a liquidation. We're about to find out here. Sam has the time. If we achieve knight f4, we're certainly just to have an interesting position. Does bishop b5 win some stuff? People were talking about that before. It looks scary. Bishop h5 gh. Again, is the pawn a hero or a zero? Knight d5. So this was basically my thought from earlier. He does it with the rook straight off. Notice that if bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes, he has c4 at the end of it, and we're suffering there. So bishop takes e d5. I don't think we can take that pawn, but we could play bishop d6. I don't like bishop d6 either, you know. That pawn, I think we're in big trouble. I think it's official, my friends. I think we're in big trouble. Man, simple play for SC Penko. I think he's in control of this game for sure. On rook d5, c4 looks like El Endo, you know. He does it. This means Sam is, I guess, sacrificing the exchange after c4. Is that true, Cry? He could also just move back and then play bishop d6 when that goes down. Well, okay. Okay. Time out. Time out. It's not the end of the world. Another interesting move for white is actually g6, activating the rook. He's saying queen f3, trying to keep his life simple. Okay, maybe that's good news for us. We're just much worse though after setting rook d8, queen h5. If rook d7, I bet he's got g6, crushing all of our coconuts. Now, maybe queen d7, I don't know. Queen d7, he's got g6. I think he's got to go rook d8, and now queen h5 looks good. Maybe he's got something else. Queen f6 could be a pain in the butt. Queen f6, of course, we have bishop d6. g6 looks like a very strong move, too. g6 with it just at the, you know, you just liquidate, and it's like you're the one pressing. There's not a lot going on for Sam there. Ooh, man, rough. Buddy. g6, good move. I think this is the end of Sam. Foos Chess, yeah, he was wondering that too. That's why he was thinking about it, but I don't think so because the bishop on b2 was loosed. Oh, I think we're just toast here, buddy. Well, we're not actually. I don't want to say we're toast, but we're not going to win this game. Now, if you wanted to really be a fighting man, you could. I mean, h4. I'm assuming bishop e5 is winning. You know. Yeah, bishop e5. e5. Bishop e5 is the big threat. It seems like bishop d6 is forced. And then you can just play queen h5. You might have something fancier after that, like queen d5 or I don't know what. But queen h5, we ain't winning this game. Oh, Sam. Oh, you played so well, buddy. You played so well. You played some weird moves in that last game, though. That a4 move, bud, it's going to haunt you. King a7. All right, he's trying to be a fighting man. The default move, I guess, is queen h5. Rook f6 scares me. All right. Queen h5. Simple moves. Rook f6 is still a strong move. White's king... Black has the weaknesses and the worst king. That is the simple truth of our sad life here. In a normal game, you might try queen d7 hoping for some kind of draw. Here, of course, the draw don't mean nothing for us. Yep, Vidit, Rapport, Dubov, Ivanchuk, all these dudes. Oh, man. I think it's over. So over. All right, c4. Trying to play ambitiously. Probably it's just going to be an accident waiting to happen here. It looks like an accident waiting to happen. So, like, our dream could be like queen e5 and we want some kind of bishop a3 thing at the end. Yep. Well, at least we got... I like that Sam, he's giving us at least some hope. Bishop e5. Queen c5 now played. And notice we don't even have control of this square, so we can't really even do anything. Queen c5, okay. Okay. Are we threatening anything? I don't think so. We're not threatening anything. Oh, this guy could blunder, though. It's always a thing. You could possibly blunder. All right, we got to move. Queen h7 check. It's not a happy life, I guess. You could think about bishop e7. King a8 is the... White has something on king a8. It's called rook a6. So bishop e7 looks basically forced. And then you know what he might do, dude? He might play bishop d6 there. Ooh, bishop e7? Look at that. That's cruel, buddy. That's the game ender. Damn! Damn! Oh, man, that's it. That's it. Oh, queen h7, good move. Queen e7. Sam's got the look of despair now. And now you can just play queen e7, bishop e7, rook g7, game. Yep. Like Arjun, he's gonna keep playing when he normally would just resign. G7, rook d1. This isn't changing anything. I guess on king b2, rook d7. Don't play bishop f6. That's his one trick, dude. Yeah. It's unfortunately just a pin of doom. So on, like, king b2, rook d7, he takes once. resigns. Oh, Sam, bro, I'm sorry, man. I'll expand this out to the full screen. You can't really see it, but he's not flipping out or anything. But he's really upset, man. Zipenko's holding it together. I think it's a good sign. You don't want to celebrate yet. You go outside and celebrate. You go outside and celebrate, bro. All right, Yospem's still playing. Oh man, that was heartbreaking. Yeah. All right. So, Yospem, where are we, buddy? Here we are over here. Could I tell you what's going on here? Oh my God, it's complicated. So, dude, first of all, I just want to say, Yospem, this guy's holding his business. He is holding his business. I don't think he's worse here. There's no reason to think he's worse. It's typical, like Sicilian stuff. At some point, we can play knight c5 if we want to. g6 maybe. g6 maybe. I wonder a little bit about bishop d4. Black's fine. Black is fine. So g6, I'm in GM today. Yospem definitely has less time. This guy Yospem is definitely a blitz artist. Yeah. Rook d2. So I think rook d2 is trying to set up, like, I might play rook h1, make you wonder about bishop d4. So yeah, my next move, I might play bishop d4. Black has a lot of moves here. Knight c5, I'm sure, is playable. Rook a3. If we have a bummer, it's that our rook on c7 isn't the happiest of dudes. There it is, rook a3. I'm going to guess king f2. Summary, Mike, Sam went down, bruv. The game is over for Sam. The game is over. The last time he was there, by the way, he lost to Karyakin. I think it was like 2021. So hard to imagine that time. Not so long ago, 2021. But he also lost in a tiebreak. And, right before the Ukrainian war. That was one of the last times we saw Karyakin. All right, rook c2. Rook a4. All right, he's just going back and forth a little bit. Now, the thing that frightens me a little bit for black is this idea of bishop d4, rook h8, force the trade and say d6 is weak. That's a long road before you get that. Anytime we play rook c8, what white is saying is that e5 might hurt you. That's why rook c8 isn't happening. So white's claim is that the rook on c7 is a little funny. And it's true. White's claim is also that he's up on time. This might be the end of Yospem. All right, here we go. Rook a4, we got to move. No, it's just white's move, excuse me. If I was white, a bishop d4 would be the first thing I'm thinking about. King e2, okay. It is hard for black to move here. It is truly hard to make a move for black. When white plays bishop d4, we could really think about e5, sacking a pawn but liberating our stuff. f5. There it is, Yospem. I like it. Gives us a little space, and even if we are a little weakened after gf, knight f6, our pieces gain some maneuvering room, and we're going to be talking to the e4 square. Nice move. Ooh, the other nice thing about it is the rook now will be able to swing if he takes. Ooh, nice move, Yospem. Nice move, bruv. Nice move. Que viva Yospem. Que viva Yospem. Now, he's got to reevaluate here. Maybe king f3 is white's best move, just to not let that knight out. I don't think gf knight. It's more importantly than the knight, it's the rook. Okay, so he takes, also not letting the knight out. gf, correctamundo. We now want to say, maybe someday I'll play e5. King f3, simple and strong. e5, he says, I'm doing it immediately. Welcome to the Yospem. If white takes, then our bishop gets free. Rook d5, good move. So now if e4, our coconut will fall. That's a good move. All right, rook d5, very simple and strong. Now, I think we're going to... Oh, this looks bad, actually, doesn't it? Rook d5, that's an evil move. Oh, he's... Yospem, what do you got, buddy? What do you got? Oh, man. It's saying it's his... Oh, rook a4. Okay, good. Now, why... Okay, so he's saying if you take everything, I'll end up taking on c4. I'll be down a pawn, but with good drawing chances. Look at this guy. He's Nails, bruv. This guy's nickname is Nails. There it comes. All right, so white says, at the minimum, I'm not going to lose this thing. Oh, he's also saying, bruv, your pawn on b6 is hanging. Your pawn on b... So I'm... Oh, God, this is intense. We could very well lose this coconut. All right. Rook c4. So the basic for white would be rook takes, bishop b6, and claim that I am doing great. It's still not easy, though. I got things like f4, and I have rook b4. I don't know, that pawn. The problem is the f pawn is so weak. Rook f5 is also a move. I like bishop b6 better. Oh, man. Here we go. Oh, man. Yospem defending like nails, but it looks bad. He's going to take the pawn on b6, bro. Yep, there it is. I think we're lost because the pawn on the f pawn's so weak. So if you play like f4, I'm just going to king f3 you and say, I'm going to eventually take that one too. So rook d5, maybe unnecessary. Rook d5. I say I don't understand rook d5 really. Maybe I do understand it. He wants to play bishop d4. Wow, look at that. So he's just reorganizing himself and he's saying, I'm going to be looking for bishop d4. Now he can't do it yet because of the rook snip snop and bishop c5, but we can after king f3. So king f3 followed by bishop d4. I don't know, king f3, king f7. It's definitely not over yet. I don't know about this rook d5 thing. In general, it feels lost, though, because the king is going to be so active on f3. Bishop d4 looks like a horrendous blunder. Sindarov, bruv. So black has a simple game plan. He wants to bring his king up now. Oh, Sindarov, buddy. What are you doing? What are you doing? got Suction challenging me. After this, I have to do some dojo work on my own. King f7. And notice, like, bishop d4, with at minimum, I have king e6. I don't know what... It's not easy. Rook e5, he goes back. Clearly, he's lost his way. All right. So... there might be a... I don't know. I don't know what's going on, honestly. There might be a possible... No, I don't. I was thinking weird g6 ideas. All right. Mistakes will be made, my friends. I'm sure mistakes are presently being made in this position. Rook c3 check. King e4. Simple and strong. There's no rook e3. Bishop d6. Check to the miserable king. No king g6. Ooh. So king g... Ooh, on king g7, I lose instantly here. This rook f5 was a mean move. There's a very basic question with g6. I'm assuming, though, rook g3, we hold our coconuts together. Bishop d4, okay. Oh, buddy, he's going to run on both sides. That doesn't look nice. So rook g3, b6. Oh, that looks really evil. Yeah, b6. So even though this rook d5 thing, oh, king d5 even meaner. Wow, king d5, just like I'm in your face, son. I'm in your face, boy. v6 now. I'm all up in your grill. That pawn on that f pawn is just a chump. It ain't doing nothing. Now maybe rook g4 intending. Oh, he did it. Wow. Rook g4 intending rook f4, saying that if you take, I couldn't take anyway because no, but that was checked. So b7. Okay, good. The level of fright here is severe. Rook f, bishop h2. I think rook f4 might have been a move there. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. Okay. Very simple question, bishop e5. And it's unfortunately a check on e5 from Mr. Yospem. This looks like game over. Rook b4, and now we're going to take that coconut on h2 and say goodbye. Wait, yeah, no, we're going to say goodbye. Ooh, b8. Well, I guess that's also simple. Resigns. Dang! Sindarov walks off. Yospem's dreams are done. Man, oh man, that was some brutal sows. Oh, I don't know. Am I interested in this tournament now? My two guys are gone. Am I even interested, bro? Am I even interested? Oh, man. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to do some dojo work of my own. I'm going to moan a little bit. Oh, man. That was painful. That was painful. I've been at this for like 3 and some hours. That was very painful. All right, I'm going to be back in a second.
Welcome to the dojo.
Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Eric Geisy. Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin, who cheated who, which engine
That
did he
ain't
packing.
Mouse.
He got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, fourth, but he can't be wrong. He scored a like from Truong. He's got lightning attacks on GM blunders and gaffes. True, not over the board, it's only the other chap. Still his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fools ought to read Psalms, not my system. He's got 30 alt accounts on every site around. Chessable courses keep looking cheaper by the pound. He got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive clock collection. He bought merch from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game history looked like some chess copy pasta. A GM coach that he don't listen to, and if you think it is, then yes, my friend, yes, this is you. But that all changed one bright sunny day when a friend said, hey, don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. Sweatwork's what I believe. Ratings what I'll receive. Don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I stepped away from easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. So Joe got into the business, stopped the app sickness, daily practices rhythm, he even upped his fitness. He found sparring cathartic, postmortems charming. With the plus equal minus, he was armed for ELO farming. With notepad and pen, he built up calluses, escape rating paralysis with lengthy game analysis. With sensei direction, he sold his collection. Read one classic and that was fantastic. Now he locked to the spot where they checking off boxes. Young prodigies and some wily old foxes. 3.5 points per box, that's shocking progress. Goal nearing, cohort cheering, Joe doesn't hear it. He's monotasking, no relaxing, concentration maxing. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work will work, will work, work, never stop. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work will work, will work, work, never stop. Now occasionally, he peeps the world of the tweet and laughs when he sees the player that he used to be. Blank face staring, complex plans comparing while he's dojo training. Hours a day playing out positions, transpositions, and growing his board vision. Transition from poser to player, focus without a care. He leaves them complaining in his dust, staying with their week-old ratings. Blast past his week-old rating, each week's a new occasion. He never takes vacation, the work is entertaining, the growth he's maintaining. And now Joe is explaining, hey, don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Welcome to the dojo.
Welcome to the dojo.
Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Eric Geisy. Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin. Who cheated who, which engine
That
did he
ain't
packing?
Mouse.
He got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, but he can't be wrong. He scored a like from Truong. He's got lightning attacks on GM blunders and gaffes. True, not over the board, it's only the other chap. Still his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fools ought to read Psalms, not my system. He's got 30 alt accounts on every site around. Chessable courses keep looking cheaper by the pound. He got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive clock collection. He bought merch from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game history looked like some chess copy pasta. A GM coach that he don't listen to, and if you think it is, then yes, my friend, yes, this is you. But that all changed one bright sunny day when a friend said, hey, don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I stepped away from easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. So Joe got into the business, stopped the absentness, daily practices, rhythm, he even upped his fitness. He found sparring cathartic, postmortems charming. With the plus equal minus, he was armed for ELO farming. With notepad and pen, he built up calluses, escape rating paralysis with lengthy game analysis. With sensei direction, he sold his collection. Read one classic and that was fantastic. Now he locked to the spot where they checking off boxes. Young prodigies and some wily old foxes. 3.5 points per box, that's shocking progress. Goal nearing, cohort cheering, Joe doesn't hear it. He's monotasking, no relaxing, concentration maxing. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work, work, never stop. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work, never stop. Now occasionally, he peeps the world of the tweet and laughs when he sees the player that he used to be. Blank face staring, complex plans comparing while he's dojo training. Hours a day playing out positions, transpositions, and growing his board vision. Transition from poser to player, focus without a care. He leaves them complaining in his dust, staying with their week-old ratings. Blast past his week-old rating, each week's a new occasion. He never takes vacation, the work is entertaining, the growth he's maintaining. And now Joe is explaining, hey,
Okay.
don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I give up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need you, if sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need you, if sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive.
Here.
Welcome to the dojo.
I go up the door. I go back, and I gotta go over here. 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 Starting position. I gotta go over here, and I say, I gotta go over here. Leave me alone, I say. Pop. Good. And I say, pop. Good. Okay, actually, let's do, before we do that, let's hit this button, and also, there we go. So, at the beginning, I have to type in some stuff. So I'm going to be covering a game I played a while back. I finally analyzed it. It's been a while. Am I depressed, tired? All of these things are true. All of them are true. All of them are true. Okay. Focus. Lock in. All right, here we go. This was against my friend Eugene Perelstein. He was not in the mood for a draw. All right, let's put this in. So, this is Perelstein, whose name can be spelled a bunch of different ways. That's the way I spell it. Then we got a GM. Oh, shoot. Darn it. I even spelled that wrong, so let's get rid of that. He's about 24, 65, something like that. And we're going to write this correctamundo. Let's spell his name right. How about that? Perelstein. Yeah, so no E at the end. And no, yeah, so there we go. Okay. Black is ChumpGM. At the time of this, I was like 2385 or something. ChumpGM status. I won. And this is August. Let's say it's the 24th about there. This was the DC International. And this is round 7. Beautiful. And we're going to flip this. Okay. So I'll put this first. We'll just kind of look at. Oh, I have to do the time. The time control. We got 0130 with 30-second increment. Update. Looks good. And all right, let's go game review window. Bam. Okay, so now we'll get into it. D4, and we'll say he spent 10 minutes getting to there. Late. Obviously doing last minute prep. This time will cost him. It's important. All right, here we go. Knight f6, knight f3, g3, c5. I thought for half a second here, and we'll say, oh, this stupid thing here. So on a different day, would have played d5. I was nervous about his famous Romanician variation. Okay, so here we go. Bishop g2, c takes, knight takes, d5, castles, e5, knight b3, a5, exclam. I remembered this nice computer-driven move. So, see, let's do a couple things. He has actually gained time up to this point and plays a4 pretty quickly. And we'll say, seems forced. Now, bishop b7 is not the end of me, and I get b4. Okay, now I make a mistake. Knight c6, question mark. And we're going to say first 0126. A frustrating mistake. Okay, let me throw away this tea bag. Without thinking too much, I played this on the assumption that it was now possible. I knew about bishop e7 from positions without a5, a4. So definitely not a stretch to find it. this. Bishop e7, exclam. And I would say black's even a little better. I'd like to be black here. The point is bishop g5, knight bd7, exclam. Okay. I must have gotten raided or something, or maybe chess.com ended its stream and then it sent us to here. If you're just joining us, we finished the stream. It was very sad. We were following Sam, dude. Just so sad that he didn't pull that off, dude. So sad. And now I'm just analyzing a game I played ages ago against a friend of the dojo, Eugene Perelstein. By the way, if you're just joining us, you could get 20% off first month of the dojo. Just use code GOA. Code GOA to get that 20% off. All right, here we go. This is dojo work. Knight c6. All right. Bishop g5. Playing pretty quickly. Bishop e6. Basically immediately. Then we got knight c3. 0-1-16. And now I spent 2 minutes playing knight b4. Not 10, but 0-1. Okay. Here I thought I should be okay. But dude plays knight b5 exclam. 107. Now I realized I do have some problems. When was this game? This was at the DC International, so it was over the summer, and I've been amiss at analyzing my games, but I'm getting there. It takes me a while to get through everything, especially with a long tournament like that. Okay, so knight b5, exclam. I play bishop e7. 0-1-21. c3, quickly. 0-1-05. Knight a6. Forced move. Knight c6. He's got bishop takes, bishop d5. I don't know, plus minus. Somebody might say it's only a clear advantage in any case. Now, knight a6. He plays c4. 0-1-0-1. I play DC. 0-1-17. And now he plays bishop takes base, or wait, queen takes first, of course. Queen takes d8, 0-1. I play bishop d8. I'm going to call that forced. If rook d8, there's knight a5, plus minus. Bishop d8. Now bishop b7, we're going to call that a mistake. Basically with no time use. Okay. And I guess we're going to give him the bunny. Played too quickly. Okay. So, knight d2, exclam. And life isn't easy for black. Okay. So for example, knight c5, knight c4. And it's just a nice position. Yeah. Just a simple and nice position. All right. Yeah, very nice position for white. Not only a nice position, but like a pleasant one to play. All right, rook b8, bishop a6, cb. Okay. And here, as if it were 1995 or something, I offered a draw. I think I was right in believing, thank you, Eric Blair, believing that black is okay, but it's a nasty habit that A doesn't reflect a growth mindset, and B is no longer proper etiquette. That's an interesting thought. Okay, so here we go. Knight d6, 51. Seems like white's best attempt. All right, king e7. No thunder on free, it wasn't a free knight. If bishop c4, I have knight d6. So just to share, if bishop c4 and knight d6, he takes back and he has a nice position. I might have to take the knight too, and then it's just a nasty position for me. Okay, so king e7, knight c4. He's got 47 here. And I play bishop c7. Ah. All right. This move is not objectively a mistake, but it leads to a position that is very hard to judge. I needed to at least consider bishop x knight. did not prejudice of the bishop pair. Okay, so here we go. Bishop, bishop, bishop. Yeah. With counterplay. I like this. I like a much cleaner approach for black. Okay, so bishop c7. Rook ac1, 46. I'm going to give this a funky move, Mark. And say, this move is not technically wrong, but I think rook fd1 would have presented a greater challenge. Okay. Okay. All right, so this is intending bishop d2, potentially bishop b1, bishop a5. Okay. Just to show it. Okay. This would be a mistake. We're going to call this the point. We'll see this tactic several times in this game. Okay. So I struggled for a bit in my notes. And for a long time I thought that this would give white the advantage. But I'm going to pull up said notes here. What I came up with was here. Okay. And now, if bishop b5, h6 exclam, bishop d2, oh, I don't know about this. Notice here, it's the same deal here. Plus minus. I'm going to take away my exclam. This is just my notes. It's a very difficult position here. So it really looks like bishop b5 is a nice move. Notice that if bishop d2, e4, bishop a5, bishop, 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 bishop. Let's say, I think black should hold this. This is what I mean. This is what I mean by a harder stuff. Harder stuff. Okay, so bishop d2. Now, first question on knight e4. What about bishop e1? And now I'm going to survive because of rook d1, rook d1, knight c5, bishop c4, and at the minimum I can play bishop c4. Okay. So that's not going to work, and that's why on rook hd8, the move bishop b5 is the most interesting for white, intending bishop d2. Okay. Oh my gosh, I got this messy variation here. Rook takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. I don't understand what's going on here. I think this is winning. Right. Yeah, so this took me days, dude. So I actually, like, it took me more than a day to figure out how to play against this bishop b5 thing. So I like had a later note on it. Oh crap! Oh, what did I find? I had an idea against bishop b5. This whole time I've been consulting the notes. Like, what was my idea on this beautiful bishop b5 move? Okay, wait a second. h6. Bishop d2. Knight e4. Correct. Right, so that's the reason. That's the reason. So yeah, h6. Correctamundo. No draws allowed, buddy. Yep, no draws allowed. Okay, so rook ac1. Okay. Let's say the point being that the rook can vicariously defend the nc4. Now again, I think, at least in my analysis, black is okay in either one. It's just that the rook fd1 is more difficult. Okay, so here we go. Rook hd8, bishop b5, and I gotta put in my times here. So I'm at 0108. Bishop b5, he's at 45. And now I played h6. And this was a huge tank on my part. So I'm at 45. So a massive think. The reason to have moved faster was that black really doesn't have great other options. I'm going to give it an exclam, I think. Bishop h6. So he plays bishop e3 after h6. And we're going to say he did it too quickly. He played it very quickly on 43. And he had time to think about it, obviously, while I'm thinking about this. And I'm going to say this was the challenging move I spent so much time on. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Welcome to the dojo. About to happen here. Bishop c4. Rook c4. Rook d2. Rook c7. An incredibly difficult position to judge. My intention was king d6, seeing that I might run to a3. Of course, I might also get mated. Given that I also have king f8, I should have played quicker and just trusted it. Okay. So, I'll be right back.
Welcome to the dojo.
Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Eric Dicey. Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin, who cheated who, which engine that he hacking. He got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, but he can't be wrong, he scored a like from Truong. He's got lightning attacks on GM blunders and gaffes, true not over the board, it's only the other chat. Still his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fools ought to read Psalms, not my system. He's got 30 alt accounts on every site around. Chessable courses keep looking cheaper by the pound. He got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive clock collection. He bought merch from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game history looked like some chess copy pasta. A GM coach that he don't listen to, and if you think it is, then yes, my friend, yes, this is you. But that all changed one bright sunny day when a friend said, hey, don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. Sweatwork's what I believe, waiting's what I'll receive. Don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I stepped away from easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If sweatwork's what I believe, waiting's what I'll receive. So Joe got into the business, stopped the apps.
To Uzbekistan. Yep, that is true. Okay, so King D6, Rook F7, Rook B2. All right, position defies analysis. And then also, Rook C1 is also interesting. Also a mess. Now, in my analysis afterwards, I was thinking, maybe I could just do this move. In my analysis, this seemed simpler. Of course, during the game, I wanted to be active. I'm not sure about this. So first of all, if Bishop C4, Rook D7. It's pretty messy, buddy. And I could also play Rook B2. I could also play Rook. I don't like Rook C2. I could play Rook C. I don't know. No. Yeah. So. With a full mess. All right, so I'm going to now analyze this. I'm going to say unclear, because I really spent a long time on this, and this one's also just so real frisky, but I also think this is unclear. Okay, so dude played Bishop E3, and I played Knight D5. Here, I felt like I was out of danger and that white needed to be careful. So Knight D5, I have 43. He plays Bishop C5. Actually, we're gonna give him a bunny for this one. And I'm going to give myself a turtle for this one. All right, Bishop E3. Knight d5. Jim Inner, there was always e3 in those variations. E3, and he kicks me off the bishop. Okay. So, knight d5, bishop c5, which I was a little happy to see. I was worried I had missed something in the bishop a7 variations. So this kind of a relief. So bishop a7. Here. So we'll say bishop bishop a6, rook b8. And I'll say don't see anything for white. And bishop c6, rook, bishop, rook, bishop, rook, equal. And I'm going to say seems the prudent continuation for white. All right, here we go. Bishop c5, king f6. I'm going to play that instantly. I don't know if I need to write it down, but I did. Okay. Rook fd1, 24. It becomes clear that white is drifting. It becomes clear, especially from the time usage, that white is drifting. Trying too hard to prove something in a position where black is fine. Okay, so here we go. I played the next move pretty quickly. Knight b4, I had planned that out. So 43. Intending knight a2. So he takes. Pawn takes. We gotta say he's got 20 minutes left here. Pawn takes, and now e3. Okay, so e3, he's got 13 minutes left. He's clearly drifting. Abstractly playing against my unopposed light square bishop. E3. Maybe knight D2. Knight D2 might be better. Let's give him a. I might give him a funky mark. We'll see. I'm gonna check the engine way later, but E3 is a little funky. And I think I play a nice move here, E4. And I spent a bit of time on this. Mostly played using Kappa's principle. Right? So pawns in the opposite color of the bishop. Okay, so E4. By the way, let's just show the trick. If rook D1, bishop C4, then I'm in bad news here. I don't even know if it's that bad, but I'd rather be white, I think. Or let's give him a small advantage. So E4. Okay, and now, also we could say King F1 might be a thought too. All right, do took. And he's down to 9 minutes now. It's already a hard life for him a little bit. My king's better. I got the bishops. These pawns could be evil. So first of all, King F1 is a blunder because of snip, snop, snook. So we don't want to, that's why he's taking. And then knight D2. Bishop E5, knight D2. Let's just put my king here, and we'll say black is clearly better. That's my intention. God, I gotta take a lot of breaks here. I gotta take a lot of breaks. All right, I'll be right back.
Welcome to the dojo.
Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Eric Dicey. Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin. Who cheated who, which engine did he packing? He got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, but he can't be wrong. He scored a like from Truong. He's got lightning attacks on GM blunders and gaffes. True, not over the board, it's only the other chap. Still, his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fools ought to read Psalms, not my system. He's got 30 alt accounts on every site around. Chessable courses keep looking cheaper by the pound. He got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive clock collection. He bought merch from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game history looked like some chess copy pasta. A GM coach that he don't listen to, and if you think it is, then yes, my friend, yes, this is you. But that all changed one bright sunny day when a friend said, hey, don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. Sweatwork's what I believe. Ratings what I'll receive. Don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I stepped away from easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. So Joe got into the business, stopped the absentness, daily practices rhythm, he even upped his fitness. He found sparring cathartic, postmortems charming. With the plus equal minus, he was armed for ELO farming. With notepad and pen, he built up calluses, escape rating paralysis with lengthy game analysis. With sensei direction, he sold his collection. Read one classic and...
All right, we are back, my friends. Okay, so this is the dojo. We're doing some game analysis here, and this was a game I played against GM Eugene Perelstein. I try to review all my games, even the ones that are nasty. This one had some moments of being interesting. All right, so here we go. Rook D8. He's already in a difficult momentito. I'm going to evaluate this as better for black here. Okay. Rook d8. Rook d8. I don't know what he's supposed to do, honestly. I really don't know. Rook d8, rook d8. And now he played king f1. Maybe he needs to try bishop c6. King f1. I guess we're going to give a question mark to that because I now have rook d5 exclam. And intending rook c5. King f1, I should put the time in there. He's got 10 minutes here. Rook d5. I played pretty quickly. King e1. Life is already difficult, though. He can't move his knight. King e1, 8 minutes. Rook c5 minus plus. White is paralyzed. So the drama isn't completely over. Rook d1. If king d2, well, see, there's the problem. King d1, I give him a check so that the knight can't move. And then I think I play like a really basic, actually try to figure this out. Right, he can't move. G5 intending H5, H4, something like that. D1. I'm going to call this winning. Rook D1. Okay. So I played. All right, 7 minutes. Darn it. 7 minutes. King G5, and I got 22. So the rook gets to go to D4. Knight plays H4 first. I don't think that's necessarily a mistake. King G4, I'm coming in. Instantly, 22. Rook D4. F5. 23. So I actually gain time. King E2. King F1 seems more tenacious. In the game, P thinks he can allow my king through to G2 and hold. All right, so let's go look at that note. All right, King F1, King H3. If Bishop A6. Oh, wait. Wait a second. King G4. All right, Bishop A6. That was my intention for winning this thing. Okay, notice that he can never move the bishop out this way, which would be nice because that's a check. All right, King E2. Boss. King H3. I got 20 minutes left. Bishop A6. And we'll say King F1 is similar to the line above. Okay. All right, Bishop A6. I played King G2 quickly. Bishop B5. He's got 5 minutes left. Bishop F7. Actually, there's a key variation here I should put in here. No, we'll get to that. Bishop F7. King E1. King E2. He's got 7 minutes, so he's gained a little time. I play Bishop H5. I've got 12 minutes. He plays King E1. And now I have Bishop E5. Maybe an exclam, but anyways, 12 minutes. And now Black tries Bishop A6. Just sitting. The obvious point that we'll mention here is if Knight E5, that's a Mado. So Bishop A6. He unfortunately really can't move anywhere. Bishop G4. Bishop B5. Rook C7. Bishop A6. Oh, yeah, and there's another one for him to worry about here. Is that, let's say, at any point, Rook D2, we're always doing that move with a hell of a drug. That was the other conception here. All right, so bishop takes, pawn takes, F4, GF G. In this final bishop a6, he's got 1 minute left. And now I make a bad move. I play E3. Okay, wait, GF, GF, D5, and I make a bad move, E3. This doesn't technically lose me the advantage, but it makes this could have made my life much more complicated. And here on rook c7, I should note I got 9 minutes left. And I don't have the times like what I played here. It's a good question. In any case, much simpler is rook c5, exclam. Can't move the knight, so d6, rook d5, knight d2, e3, snip, snop. Bishop b7 is the only fear, but that's a mate. Okay, so e3, fe3, f3, and then he played knight e5 and resigned before I moved. Okay, so I saw this to my horror. Well, Aaron, it's cool. That's kind of what you get in this variation with bishop c3. Yeah. All right, so this was the position he could have got. He's obviously got this thing. f2, king d2, f1, knight, king d3. And white has some dangerous pawns, even if down a rook. Amazing. So I'm going to give that as compensation. I think my best move here would be king g3. I'll say the best I could find in analysis. So it's important to say I am threatening f2 now because, you know, there's no way to actually get at me. So there's two moves here, king d2 and knight e3. I'll just take this thing. We're going to call that winning. Just do one more move here, actually, a second. Yeah, I mean, what are we talking about? Don't play, you can do anything you want. There's no fork. Okay, obviously that's winning. So, king g3. B1. Oh, buddy. Okay. Then I also had knight E3. Rook C1, King D2, Rook B1, E5. Rook, and then it's very similar here. Knight G4, King G4. Winning. Obviously much more difficult than it needed to be. All right, one more variation. We had King D2. I think I had also Knight E. Excuse me. Rook H7, Knight E5. Check. King E3, Rook B2. I'm just going to always be playing Knight G4, Rook E2. So that's transposing to the other line we saw. Sorry, it's not. I'm not in New Mexico. I'm in Baltimore. I was streaming the Goa tournament, and now I'm just doing my own sad thing here. We're gonna save this thing, save, and we're gonna say save and publish to my games. Boom. And now, good friends, we are going to expand this view, and we'll just see a couple things. First, we'll look at the opening. We'll start with this position. How many people played A5 as an example? Couple. It is a beautiful move. As expected, almost everybody played A4. And this Bishop E7, which I believe is the right move, is right there. You can see there's my game at the top. Perlstein and Crying. His rating's actually higher than I thought it was. Okay. Yeah, Knight C6. I played it with some chumps there. Only one person played Bishop G5. Actually, a variation I should add is somebody did play D4. S.E. Penko Tsirk, look at that. That was probably a blitz game. D4 and Knight E4. I felt like this was an advantage to white. That was my sense of it. I might look later in the database. So we got Knight B4. We'll keep looking at the database. We got two games here. Knight B5. And a bunch of people played Rook C8. Maybe I should have played Rook C8. Okay, so we are going to turn on El Computero, and we'll look at a couple of these positions. So first of all, we are going to look at this position. I'm going to say it's already a little bit better for black if I find the right moves. Nope, it says I'm not so special. A4. I loved my Bishop E7 move. It's saying it's nothing special. Hold on. Bishop E7, Bishop G5, Knight D7. It sees the move, but it actually thinks white's better. Knight C3 castles. What is going on here? Huh. because he can play to b5. Okay, wait a second. Okay, let's write that out. Comp shows that white can use b5 to shut down our bishop e7 genius move. Wow, okay. So we'll just put this here to show that it's stockfish. Okay, wait a second. So a4. So bishop e6. Oh, I can do it with the same idea. So bishop g5, knight d7. And we'll say same idea. Much better move order. Okay, so I'm learning something here. Okay, amazing. So knight c6 mistake. Yeah, computer says clean advantage for white. Bishop g5, bishop e6, knight c3, knight b4, knight b5. It loves white's position. Bishop e7, c3, knight a6, c4, d takes, queen takes, bishop takes. And right, I like knight d2 a lot better than bishop b7. Computer says that bishop b7 is okay, so let's look. It's got an idea, and its idea is that knight... Okay, wait, first I want to check. I'm right that knight d2 is actually... Computer agrees. Okay. Comp agrees. So bishop b7, rook b8, bishop a6, c takes b3. Thank you, Elo Hunter. And he's talking knight a7. I should have used the computer there so it sees that it's bishop d7. I guess that's what I would have done. No one considered this move. Now it seems obvious. Yeah, simple chess. You go to c6, you got bishop b5, you got all the stuffs. Wait a second. Bishop d7, rook fc1. What terrible thing happens to me on rook a8? Just calmly bishop e3, dude. Dang. Notice that he's getting out of the way on c1 so that when I go knight d5, knight e3, knight d5, bishop b7, knight e3, I'm not touching c1. Right, so let's just imagine rook ac1, then I go bishop e3, knight d5, bishop b7, knight e3, equal. So this is another computer move here. Wow. Wow, okay. All right, knight d6, king e7, knight c4. All right, so I thought that this was something. It's saying, no, you don't got nothing. Well, that's kind of a problem. I guess that's a problem. Turning rook a3. Wow, okay. All right. All right, h6. I don't understand why I do this. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. So bishop e3, knight d5. Beautiful. Wait a second, we're not done yet. Knight e5, knight e3, touching the rook. Fe6, rook b6, and I'm fine. Unbelievable. And if bishop d2, I play knight e4, and he's not ready for bishop a5. I got this move. Man, this thing is a beast. Beast mode. Okay. Okay. So, bishop c7. It likes rook fc1. All right, rook fc1. Rook hd8. Bishop b5 exclam. It's saying h6, bishop e3, knight d5, bishop c5, king f6. So it looks very similar to the game, but now we have rook a3. And I guess what we're going to say is the point of rook fc1. Wow, that's intense, dude. All right, rook hd8, bishop b5, h6, bishop d2. It agrees with me. Bishop e3. It actually says white's a little bit better. I play knight d5. Okay, so bishop a7, rook a8, bishop, king, bishop. Okay, wait a second. So bishop a7, rook b7, check, king, bishop, bb8. I thought I was fine here. I even have this in the notes. Bishop a7, and something dramatic is happening on rook b4. Oh, look, I thought it was equal. He's saying, no, bro, if I'm just coming and trapping you. Uh-oh. I should have done that with the stockfish notation. Wow. Oh, God. Oh. Max number a week if you're going to play classical, probably one a week. Even that's pretty intense. Depends a little bit what cohort you're in. Okay, like if you're playing in the lower cohorts, then you can play more faster games. All right, so now it says we're, well, okay, king f6. Still likes white. All right, so we have, it does not like bishop b4. Do I understand this move? I don't. Huh. Okay, so black or white defends the knight a2 junk and says no problem. Advantage for white. So this was a mistake. AB4. E3 looks like a mistake. It likes my move, E4, okay. Still says equal. Rook takes, king F1, rook D5, king E1, rook C5. Now I thought I was winning. It's saying not so special. Let's see what we missed. Rook D1, king G5, it likes it. And now, still likes H4, so I don't, well, let's see here. It's saying knight D2. All right, let's look at knight D2. And if I play F5, look at that move, dude. Bishop C4. Bang! Or F4. Oh, wow, I didn't see that. Zeros. Amazing. Knight D2. No one was thinking about that. That's a pretty good move. Also, in addition to F5, there's bishop C4 here, zeros. With the same rook C1 trick that we've seen 1,000 times. So H4, king G4, that's a lot of stuff we missed here. Rook D4, F5. Okay, so I said king F1 is more tenacious. Now, I actually analyzed it to a win for me. What's wrong with king H3? King G1. Missing a lot of things here, bud. So king e2. Now it says we're over. Only now does it say we're over. King h3. So we'll say SF sees this as the decisive mistake. He still needs to try king f1. King g2. All right, so yeah, this looks gotta be winning. Now, I thought rook c5 was the move. Yeah, it likes rook c5. The other moves are just sitting. e3, did I blow it? f3, e4. Now, what is it like after e4? Wait. Darn it. So e4. Let's just see what... Oh, it likes king g3. Nice. It's saying basically everything's winning. Okay, so I was right in the assessment. This move, though, of course, would have been much harder to deal with. And in fact, let's just look at this one here. What does it think here? It thinks black's better. Let's just see what the best play is. We'll give it a second. We'll see what best play is. Go knight h2, d6. Rook a7, bishop b5, knight f3. That's a mess. Wow, okay, amazing. Best play for SF says equal. Amazing. Whoo! Man. Yeah, Jepper, if you're at 12 to 13, you could be playing slightly faster games, but I would really recommend like a 90 plus 30 once a week if that's what you can do. I play once in a while, I'll play a very strong open. This was from this summer. I'm just barely finishing my business now. But me and Kosti are going to play a big tournament. Oh, soon, dude. Less than a week away, man. We're madness. Okay. My good friends, we need to do a couple things. We already saved this thing. Now we need to go log our business. So, this is Chess Dojo training program. I did 3 hours here of the Goa this morning. And now we're going to say, I'm going to give myself an hour and a half here today. And I'm going to go up 1 here, update. I'm also going to say that I did a post-mortem with Eugene here. So I got to go into the training plan, hit post-mortem, update progress. And I did it way back when, so I should probably change it to way back when. So September, no, August 24th, and we did about an hour. We had a nice postmortem. Okay, good stuff, my friends. That's a GM level heat map. Oh, look at this thing. Look at this bad boy. Dang. 828 hours in the last year. These ones, though, were the shaded orange were when me and David did like things like covering the Goa tournament, which was a lot of those hours because it takes forever. Okay, I think I'm done. We're going to rate somebody over here in Twitchland. We are going to raid Houseline. I don't know if he's actually doing anything because it says he's only got 3 people, but we're going to raid that fool. He helped me out. He helped me out. If you don't know what this is, by the way, this is the Dojo training program. You can get 20% off this. Look at this beautiful interface. You get 20% off the first month. And I want to stress today I'm going to be back at noon Eastern. So in about 2 hours, I need a rest to do the grad show. All right, everybody. Bye. Oh, he's offline. Look at that.